Hi, how are you? Oh my God, I'm so happy you're here because I am so excited to tell you all my plans, everything I'm going to do. It's actually quite funny. Actually, a lot of things I've been wanting to talk about, a lot of things I've been wanting to kind of put up in existence. I made so many lists. I made so many lists this year. I actually have coconut oil in my hair. That's why it's kind of a little bit greasy, but it was so nice to just kind of slobber myself last night with coconut oil, and it just felt so good. And my body's finally hydrating. It feels really good. So, but besides that, I really just want to go over the lists. The list that I created for myself in January 2019. I created myself a list. I created it maybe 3 times this year, and I want to go over it with you guys while I'm setting everything up. Right now, I'm setting up a new phone number. I'm setting up a lot of things right now, and that's something I've been wanting to do for quite some time. I've been changing a lot of things. I've been changing my phone numbers. I've been changing everything. I've been changing, just kind of doing a whole different thing of like selling everything, just kind of doing a whole shift of just like, girl, get rid of everything and just breathe and just move on. Because you know what's so cool? Last night I came home and these kind of showed up in my face. Like, what is this? You know what this is, people? This is called divorce papers. If you don't know what this is, it's quite fascinating. This is like the adult way of like failing your SAT test. It's like, you know what I mean? It's like the worst. It's like you did schooling for 8 years. I don't even know how long it takes. Like you literally just failed an ACT test and this is it. So this was shoved in my face, or your board test, or whatever them like doctrine tests are, the MD, the P. Look at your paper, you're so devastated, like, oh my God, I failed. I took such a long time preparing for it, and you failed. So it's kind of like a reward for me in a sense because I'm kind of happy to move on, actually. So it's September 25th, 2019. That's what it says. It's over and done with. I'm very happy. He told me I could get a new last name. It's like an approval. It's like I was waiting for an approval. You know, it's like, yeah, go get yourself a new last name. Well, gee, thanks. She just sent me a bouquet of flowers at least, you know? Gosh, it took you like once a year to send me a bouquet of flowers. Not even for my birthday, you know, it's like I had to ask you for. At least you could have sent me flowers for, hey, congratulations, you know? Something. You could have gave it something, you know, but whatever. Over that. But I just been a nightmare. I hate. Oh my God. Not only do you go through a separation, not only do you go through a mental, you have to go through paperwork, you have to go through courts, you got to go through a lot. And it's devastating because it's been such a great life. And you kind of have to go through just like failure after failure. And that's like another thing on top of my list. So, besides that, I have my love pillow. Hi. Um, so long story short, I just called the Beauty Labs private labeling. So I got these products. I'm just gonna kind of go over it. I'm gonna put this all in existence because this is true. This is what I've been working on. So there's 2 brands I've been working on. So let me tell you. So the current situation I have right now, I'm putting everything out in the world because this is just how I want to put everything on my channel, because I want you guys to know exactly who I am, everything I've been going through past my divorce and everything. It's been a very difficult year. It's been difficult on a sense of like a lot of trauma happened to me, and it's just so traumatizing where I just lost my mind. At some point I was sitting there talking to my family. I was like, guys, this is happening to me. I don't know why, who, what, when, where, why, where do I go? Who do I talk to? Why is my head exploding? And all I got in return was like, we don't know. It's all in your head. You must be crazy. And it's like, you need to go see a doctor. I was like, okay, cool. Thanks for your help. I'm never talking to you ever again. So that was my year. So now that that's final, and don't trust anybody, folks. It's all fake. And the next thing was, the one thing I regret this year was the beginning of the year. The beginning of the year, honestly, I'll be very, very, very honest with you guys, is one thing. Beginning of the year, I remember I started off 2019 in the most positive way of divorce just starts. Like I was positive in numbers. My credit score was like a 825. Everything was just such a beautiful beginning of 2019. And I went looking for help because I knew my company was failing. I was like, maybe I need some capital. I needed something to just help kind of revamp the company. I was like, I needed something to just kind of so I could sleep at night because I had a very difficult. It's like if I'm the kind of person, if my money isn't being multiplied, if I'm not making any sales, if I know that tomorrow, if all the sales go away, it's like what's going to be coming in. And I was like, I'm freaking out. I have nothing coming in. It's like you just have nothing coming in and it just scares you. It scared me. I was like, nothing's coming in. I was like, oh my God, I'm not making money while I'm sleeping. There's a problem. There's a problem. There's a problem. It's negative, negative, negative. And so this girl just went on a panic mode. I literally went searching for help. I ran to him. flew to Bali. I was like, hey man, there's a problem. ASAP, SOS, we need help. And all I got was no, 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 get the fuck out of my face. And was the worst thing ever. So it was literally the worst thing ever. So after that, while my money wasn't multiplying, literally I had 3 companies. It went down to 2. And one company he took that was so negative. And while that company was so negative, I was like, okay, that's fine. You can take care of it. I don't care. You take care of the employees. You take care of everything. I'm like, I just don't care. I was like, you just take care of everything. Since nothing is working, let's figure something out. But I really just wanted to get to a place where we talk to some like a person one-on-one, where it's like, hey man, it's like, hey man, it's like, this is what's happening. It's on a piece of paper. Help me. I don't know. It's like, maybe you can help me somehow. It's just like, it was a moment. I was like, dude, let's just go sit in front of someone and just show them and say, hey man, this is a problem. Let's figure it out. No, I only got get out of my face, 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 get out of my face. And what I would have done differently was just completely forgot about him. You take the negative, I'll take the positive and get a job. And from that moment, I would have just multiplied slowly and I would have been very successful by October 8th at 10:37 a.m. I would have been fine. But I literally just went the whole different route of looking for help and I never received it. And it just was a very bad year for me. I got in so much trouble. I flew to my friends. I did all kinds of things. I was just looking for help that wasn't existent. And that's where it just kind of made me sick in that moment. And I listened to a lot of music. I listened to a lot of positive things to keep myself happy. I listened to a lot of worship and all kinds of things just to keep myself happy because I was like, I don't know what's happening in my life. It's exploding. But all I know is that I can somehow fix it. Because I believe everything's in the power of our hands. If you are not in control, if you're not taking action, if you're not doing, nothing's going to be given to you. It's always you looking for something. So I was like, if I need something, I'm going to go find it. If I need something, I'm going to go look for it. I know my head was a mess. I was like, in the midst of mess and chaos, I'm like, I'm going to go look for help. And I was like, I was looking for help in the desert, it felt like. Literally, it was a desert. It was a big desert. I literally reached out to people that, anyway, just over it. I've just been talking about it for so many days now. It just doesn't make sense to me. But okay, so my list. Oh boo. Wait a second. I wonder if it's on my notes. I've created this like a millions of times, I feel like. Let's see. I've created lists on top of lists all year long where number one for me, I actually received this October 5th. Oh my God, October 5th. Shoot. Okay, so I got these really cool products a year ago. I'm mad because this lady, Joycey, never wrote back to me. She just kind of gave them to me. I paid for them, which is cool. But I got 5 really cool products. I got 2 moisturizers, eye cream, and a toner and a sunscreen. I've been using them all year, and they've been really, really good with calming my skin down. So you guys can see there's a really, really big before and after because I literally, I had hives everywhere. People literally saw me a year ago like, oh my God. I can't even imagine. I did a promo video for my cousin. She had a jade roller, and I was like, girl, let me do your promo video. Thank God she never used it because that promo video was so bad because I literally had hives everywhere. I think this is like a leftover. This is gonna go away. It's from tanning. This is gonna go away. It's from tanning. It's not a big deal. It's gonna go away. It's like white spots. They're gonna go away and they're going to go away. They're itchy. They're really bad. Like this part of my hand right here itches like a little white spot right there. It's a little red. It's inflamed. But that's gonna go away. But this I've never had before. Eczema actually on my head actually did not get bad. I'm actually quite surprised. I thought maybe this year I would have like the worst eczema ever. But actually, this year, the only thing that I've suffered with was my face. My face was so bad. Obviously, my body went through so many different changes, but my face was like covered in hives. It was so bad. Hives, hives, hives everywhere. And this part of my body, I don't know. It's going to go away. I think it's from tanning. So I think it's going to go away. That's not a big deal. I'm not worried about that. Um, it's minor, but I thought my eczema on the back of my head, it gets really bad where it actually goes down my spine. It goes really, really down when it's like really bad. But it's gone. It's so interesting. That for me is a very interesting kind of a thing. I actually am quite shocked that I have this and I don't have eczema. Eczema has been a problem for me since I was 16. I've had it for so many years. And whenever I go to the gym, I sweat, or when I stress or a very big climate change, it inflames and it just goes all over my spine. It goes from the top of my scalp and it just goes down my spine and it itches so bad. But surprisingly, the past 2 years, it's been so good. It's been so good. I have not experienced any kind of eczema inflammation. I do have the chlorbesterol like oil treatment. So whenever I felt like there was something going on, I would put it like on it, but it never inflamed, which is actually quite surprising to me. I actually would have thought it would have been like the first thing that would come up would be that. But I'm actually good. That's interesting. Eczema is like the worst thing, like psoriasis for people like on their hands, they start get itchy and things. But the eczema, I didn't focus on it. Maybe I was in a good environment. I think being in Washington State climate, which was it's not dry, it's not humid. I didn't really do a lot of exercises. I didn't really put myself in a place of like sweat, sweat, sweat. I did go to the gym, but I didn't really do that much, So I wasn't constantly sweating, and the environment's not wet, and the environment's kind of dry. So it's actually a really good place to be in, and especially when you're going through something so bad. My head wasn't here. It's like I put my head on a shelf somewhere and I forgot it, and I just like recently found it, and so like I'm putting myself into place, and long story short, so I have one brand with 5 products. I've been using them for a year, so thank God this is really nice. But my second brand, I got an eye cream and a cleanser, eye cream, and a cleanser. They're all CBD infused. There's 3 of the products. I've been using them for a long time too. So between these 2, I've been going on really good. And then I do have my mosquito brand that it's just ready to be launched. All the 4 products. Now there's two. There's 5 products in that one. That's honestly all ready to be launched. And then I just found a really cool product that I really, really want to do. I found a CBD infused sleeping pills, like melatonin, CBD with THC. I think that's a really cool way of starting a brand on its own because CBD is really big right now. It's like it's all over fitness places. It's all over the place. Even Air One in LA had CBD. When I was leaving LA, I was like, oh my God, Air One. I love Air One in Venice and in by the Grove, by the CBS headquarters. It's just a really cool studios. It's just a really cool environment to be in. And Whole Foods started carrying it too. And I just found like all these different little boutiques of like whole-based world marketplace. They're so really cool. I really like the area. So, I love the shops. So it's really cool to see that CBD is actually exploding. And that's where I was like, let me try. And then when I started putting it on my face, I actually noticed like this is actually a blessing that I am so happy. I have before and after pictures. I'm going to do like from a year today, from a year ago. It's massive. Just like the face, the body, the skin, texture, the look, the feel, just everything is different. I fit back into my 24 size jeans. I'm just happy that I can fit back into my clothes. I had to wear stretchy pants all year long. It's just like it's one of those phases like you're just like happy finally. You need minor little tweaks here and there, but it's just like you're just happy that finally a year of a span of losing your mind and this arriving yesterday, just kind of like Jesus, like it's just been very crazy. It's just been it's this part has been hurting a lot. But besides that, I want to put emotions aside. This is done. Like the whole branding thing is easy. That thing I've never been worried about. I've done it for 5 years. It's not a problem. But my only problem is that this year, besides like I went from a very positive standpoint of looking for help. I got into like a very bad place, and I've really just been surrounding myself with people to help me and just kind of like be very uplifting. It's like I'm like, just like I just want people to be happy around me, and I've been receiving a lot of support in that kind of a way. But besides of like what things I like to do, like record videos and just kind of be in front of people as much as I can. Um, because in this moment of my life, just been so alone. It seems like just been me, my family, but very isolated. It's been a very isolated environment. But I kind of, what else did I want to do? There's a lot of things I wanted to do, but I think at the time being currently at this moment, um, besides like money based things, because I was searching, I was like, oh my God, how do I help? Because the first thing that comes into a woman's mind, it's like fail, fail, fail. How do you fix, fix, fix? You know, it's like fail, fail, fail. How do you fix, fix, fix? And I'm like, oh my God, it's like a child's for me. Okay, what can I give a child to make it happy? You know, it's like, what do I do to make a husband happy? What do I do for my wife to be happy? It's like, what do I do to make people happy? Right? It's like I'm always like in a fixed mode. And I was looking all year for a place to kind of like calm me down. I flew to him. I was like, hey man, this is a problem. Talk to me. And he wasn't feeding off of me, and then it just kind of went in that direction. I was like, okay, so I reached to a peak. I was like, okay, I finally feel good. I lost some weight. I started to look good. I started to talk about my traumas. I got over those. It was a period of like February, March area where I was like, okay, I was recording videos. I was just trying to get into a phase. I'm like, okay, I'm not, and my problems with credit score is fine. My money situation is fine. I'm in the positives, not in the negatives. Yeah, my money's not multiplying, but I'll fix that. You know, I was like, what's next? Ooh, let's fix the company. So I'm like, I'm in the mode. I'm like, let's fix. I have mouths to feed. I'm freaking out. Some girls can just sit around and do nothing all day. I'm like, oh my God. I'm like, what do I do next? It's like, what other thing I can do to make things grow? And it's like, I'm always like I'm in a mode of like, grow, 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 make, do, expand, feed different mouths because I'm not the only one. And just kind of like, I don't know. I think it's just like an entrepreneurial mindset, you know, I just kind of had it for a while. So it was just a very difficult year, honestly. So difficult. I listened to a really cool song the other day. It was really fun. I was like, it just describes my year. It's like, like it describes my year. I'm like, oh my God, it's so true. I literally, it's been a year and a half nonstop. It's been so bad. No, it's not a year and a half. It's just been a year, a good year of the same kind of a mojo. I just went from like trying to understand detoxing, trauma, therapy in a sense of like therapy, you know, conversation, and then just kind of puts a block. It went from high, went down to low, and it's just been a very interesting year. I feel like I knew what I was doing, but I didn't get any validation. I was like, I'm not getting anyone to tell me. It's like I kept hitting walls. I was like, I'm not getting any feedback from anybody. And that's where I just kind of gave up. I was like, okay, cool. So if it's not real, it's not real. This happened. It was very bad. I'm not even like, I wish I could sugarcoat it. I flew to my friends and I was telling them everything. I was like, hey guys, XYZ is happening. My family, I was like, hey guys, XYZ is happening. And not one person told me, yes, you are correct. You are right. You're not crazy. You don't need a doctor. You are fine. Not one person ever told me that. All I got was, you're crazy. You are schizophrenic. You are retarded. And you need a doctor. You need pills. you need this. I was like, that is not fair. I was like, I am really being treated in the worst way possible. That's not what I wanted to hear. I'm like, I wanted to know why the birds were talking at some point. It's like, just tell me, like, what am I going through that I'm experiencing this? Why is my car overreacting? Or like, why are certain things are not working properly? It's like, I just needed someone to say, hey, girl, yes, this is true. You're going to be fine. Just relax, enjoy, do not go anywhere. Don't even drive anywhere. Like, I needed some kind of a validation in that kind of way. No, I was so stressed out. And I was like so stressed out, so much emotional pain, and so much lies. I literally this was me. I was like, fuck it. This was me all year and it's still happening. I was like, okay, cool. So what this means, yes, guys, cheers. I do have a resume. This is real as it possibly can get. I do have a resume because when shit doesn't make sense, it doesn't make sense. I would never want anybody to go through something like this. If it doesn't make sense, if no one is telling you the truth, it is so bad. It's so bad. It's so bad. I've never ever had to go through this kind of experience before. Yes, I'm good with like remembering of like how life was when I was 21 years old. Yes, I remember when my life was when I was 23. I had a company, I traveled the world. I was a salesperson. Yes, all these great things I remember. But this past year, it's like, just tell me there's a fucking mirror in front of me. Just say yes. There is a wooden mirror in front of you. You're fine. The only thing that needs to happen next is build a resume. Let's go find a job. That's X, Y, and Z, right? Versus, I don't know. Do you see a mirror? I don't know. Do you actually see a mirror? I don't know. Let's think about that. What kind of mirror do you see? It's like, really, fuckers? No. It is a wooden mirror. It actually has a mirror on it. It's not some silver one. It's not some gold one. And it's not some gray one. You know what I mean? It's like it comes to a point where people are not being honest. And you just kind of, I threw my hands up in the air and I was like, you know what? I just simply give up. I am going to do life on my own because I wanted to save something that wasn't saved because I got served. I didn't get served. This motherfucker, we both decided this on some point. It's just like, I don't really care at this point, honestly. But these are real. So these are over and done with. If you guys ever want to know how divorce feels like, it's like 127 hours. It's that movie. Have you guys seen 127 hour movie? It's the same. You go on an amazing adventure called life, and you fall in a pit hole and you get stuck. And the only way, which is my year, to get unstuck, it's like losing a part of your body, and it just fucking hurts, and you just have to rip it off. It hurts, it's painful, and you sit there, you think twice about it, you think 10 times about it, maybe 100 times about it, but it's going to happen anyway. There's nothing you can do. There's no one you can call. There's nothing you can control. It just happens. You take a piece of knife and you tear it off. That's how my year in simple, plain, black and white was it. That was it. I can't put it in better words than that's how my year was. I was like, oh my God, I see it. I acknowledge it. I know it's there. I know I have to sign it. I know there's nothing I can do about it. There's no convincing. There's no anything. All you got to do is just chop it off and move on. You cry, you bitch, you moan, you lose your mind, you lose your head, you lose everything in between. But that's the only way I can describe what I went through this year. That's it. Like, I don't even know. Like, at this point, I sometimes sit here and think, like, I'm just like, I don't know anymore. It's sometimes, obviously, no one's responsible. I don't blame anybody. I take control of my own actions and everything, but it is what it is. But my only problem was this year was that I was reaching out to everybody on my Facebook, everybody on Instagram. I was messaging every human being. I booked 22 airplane tickets this year, searching for answers. I flew to LA once. I was there for 10 days, 2 weeks. I was in LA for 2 weeks in April. And then I was a month in Miami. And then I was in Bali for 2 weeks. And then I was here and back and forth in Seattle and kind of all over the place. I went to Texas a few times and just kind of looking for things to help me kind of, to just say, girl, calm down. You're going to be fine. But I never got that. So I literally just went through a very distressed year where 2 weeks ago I got back and I said, never again will I ever do what I did this year. And that was look for help, look for validation, and look for some kind of a peace of mind. Just, I was like, no, thank you. I know exactly what's in front of me. Numbers, 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 problems, 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 lawyers, lawyers. I literally have one lawyer, two lawyer, and I need to get a third lawyer. Like, there's just lawyers that I need at this point because it's kind of like I'm so tired and I'm over it, you know? But it's done. It's done. Everything is done, and I'm happy about it. And besides, so update. So that's done. And then so those are the brands I was thinking about beginning of the year. And then I wanted to Airbnb. I remember that's easy. I've been doing that for so many years, and that's over and done with. But my realistic standpoint of things is just getting money up front. So my upfront is getting a job. So if people don't know what getting a job feels like, it's like the most interesting and yet rewarding kind of feeling. It's like, ooh, you're going to. Like, I'm a cash kind of girl up front. I've been talking about it for a few weeks now since I got back. It's been 2 weeks I've been talking about it. I've just been mentally preparing myself and writing out my resume, just kind of putting everything. And I was waiting for this to happen. So this is over and done with. I'm actually happy now. I'm blessed it's over with because that's the part where your mind, honestly, you put it away. Like, this happened, over and done with. Done. Put that away, you shove it away. That part of your life is crossed out besides just minor things. Now, it's the resume building. I did that. I worked all over the globe. I worked everywhere. That's done and over with. That's going to be an easy fix. I have a really good one set up. The reason why I'm going into cash upfront meeting, because it's coming towards your way, meaning it's cash up front. Cash up front is the best kind of job you could possibly forget. You can actually start a company with like $1,000, especially if you have a good outstanding balance of like it's fourth quarter, you guys. It's like the fourth quarter, Christmas is around the corner. And especially if you have products laying around, you can start selling them. You can start revamping them. You can start putting them online. If you do have some kind of social media following, you already are successful. You don't even have to build anything. You're already successful. You don't even have to try as hard as the person that has nothing. You literally are like, I only have 20K followers, let's say, right? I have 20K followers on my Instagram account. And any link that I would put on my 20K followers, if I go on my stories, let's say I have a good average of, I did a lot of videos. It's like a good average, let's just say around 800. So I have like I go up to 1,000 every single time I do a video on Instagram. So I have an average of 1,000 people that are always looking, which is a very small fraction, but I have been MIA for 10 months. I have not done anything in 10 months because this girl could do nothing. I would be so embarrassed actually if I did something on Instagram in the last 10 months. It would have been actually a very bad thing for me to do that. But I just know that out of my 20K, an average that I normally get is maybe up to 5K people on average. So just viewing, they're just kind of commenting, they're viewing. And I have a lot of posts where I actually have like 70,000 people actually looking at my videos because I did a lot of traveling. So whenever I would do traveling, I would post stories all the time. So I have an average of maybe up to 5K viewers if I'm very active. That means doing what I did yesterday every day. So this every day, twice a day. And then doing what I did yesterday, just kind of a hands-free post, do twice a day, all day. I get an average up to 5,000 with the followers that I have. I haven't been super active. That's why I have a class coming up I'm really excited about. And that's very easy. But that's what I'm saying is you have a following. So if you have a following, you're blessed. You are such a blessed human being. You have no idea how blessed you are. So that's a really good place to be in. And so my current situation is when I really reevaluated everything yesterday. I was sitting there, I was recording everything, and I just sat there and I thought to myself, God, what am I missing? Right? It's what am I missing? I'm missing obviously being at a neutral zone. So I'm like, obviously, it's no brainer. It's a song. It's a no brainer, right? Is a resume. Resume is a no brainer for me. So that's over and done with. Had a very embarrassing year this year. So I'm pretending this year never happened. Very embarrassing to me. If anybody wants to know how divorce feels like, watch 127 hours again and again and again. It's very emotional. It's very emotional and it's very emotional. And that's the best. When I saw that movie, I was like, oh my God, I can't even imagine what that guy had to go through. And I just saw that whole movie and I was like, what's the best way I could describe my year? It's like that times 100. Just watch it every day. It's like so emotional. It's just overall emotional because you have to prepare yourself mentally. It's like a lot of it's like it takes like what like it took him like what like maybe I don't know how many hours or minutes it took him to do that, but just it was a lot of preparation that involved into it. And it's just like that was my year. It's like a lot of this happened, but the moment when it's done, it's like it's done and it's done. It's like it's a very interesting kind of a feel. But long story short, I at least sat down yesterday. This is real, so done and over with, and moving on. So I literally wrote everything on paper. I'm actually quite excited because my future looks bright because I'm excited about a lot of things. I'm excited about, I just know what, like, like when you, for an example, like, you know, gosh, you know yourself so well. It's like a lot of my girlfriends, I'm trying to put a really good example for you guys. Um, it doesn't, anyways, it doesn't matter. The thing is, I know myself so well. I know what I've been doing the last 28 years of living. So for me to kind of start from ground up, it's actually not that terrifying anymore. I just kind of know it's like I have this laying there, I have this laying here. If I just kind of put myself in neutral and I have all my phone is a gold phone. I have so many business contacts here I could possibly ever imagine. So if I want to do anything with the company base, I have girls that have been doing it for 10 years, for 20 years. I have people that are so much more successful than I am. So I'm not worried. Been there, done that. My only problem was I literally went from a very positive standpoint of 2019, and it's literally been a year since I got my products, and it went very south because I went looking for help. I should have never done that. I should have never left my house. I should have never spent 22 plane tickets of $300 a piece. One of them was $1,000 ticket to go to Bali for no reason. But we sat there in the hotel and I just sat there and I was like, what am I doing here? I came to this human being because I thought he was going to help me somehow, or just, like somehow, like, hey, babe, everything's going to be fine. Just stay here. No, get the fuck out of my face. What are you doing here? Oh my God, I don't want to see you. And I was like, oh my God. It was the worst experience of my life. And I was like, no bueno, no thanks. Moving on, scratch that. Forget I even came. I'll do my own best. It's called my vacation. So I literally went to the beach. I put my toes in the sand. I walked around, listened to music. I walked around, looked at all these great boutiques, and I was just like, oh my God, it's so pretty. I tried on this really beautiful white sparkly dress. Oh my God, I have so many pictures. The only bad thing about this year was I was just such in a destroy mode. I destroyed everything, meaning my content. I destroyed all of my content. That was bad. I really destroyed my pictures, my videos, and I'm a hoarder when it comes to pictures and videos because I'm like, it's a memory. Oh, wait a second. I have a hard drive somewhere. Maybe that will save my ass. I have a hard drive somewhere. I think it's full too. It has like, oh my God. I have a really, really big hard drive. So I don't know if I actually will save my life or maybe cry when I open it. I'm not quite sure. Imagine if you open up your hard drive you had maybe for 5 years and you open it, there's nothing there. Can you imagine that ever happening? I wonder if you can restore your garbage in your computer. I think there's a way to restore your garbage. I need to literally restore that because I really need to get that revamped. Anywho, done. All my plans don't matter because I don't have a cash flow, so that needs to happen ASAP. So that's my update, you guys. Thanks for joining. And actually, especially when it's like when you've done it for so many years, it's not that hard. And just over him. So cheers. And I did a really nice video yesterday. If you guys never have catched up, yesterday's live video was so nice, so beautiful, so refreshing, so to the T, exactly what I like to do. I just had a really great time yesterday. It was so fun. But besides business stands of points, I'm literally, besides business stand of points, I'm a very creative human being. So I'm like always like create, try. If you're not trying, like my thing is like I always want to try. So like this is new for me. This is not new to me, but like I've done lives for so many, a lot of videos I've done through my, I don't know, since like 6 years now. I've been doing a lot of videos. 6 years since I started traveling. So since 23, literally my phone would never stop. My phone, I literally had to always make sure my phone didn't die, but just putting everything online, like putting everything. No, I've been very visible. That's not the point. The point is, I haven't done anything in the last 10 months because 10 months have been very difficult, and I literally lost this. This literally did happen. I went in a whole different phase. I went like a phase of this. It was so interesting. I got really healthy. I never was really healthy this year, actually. I will not lie about that. I actually was not very healthy. I'm actually getting very healthy now. But I never cheated on, like, people like go crazy. People like cheat on meat. People cheat on like all kinds of things. I'm like, no, I'm going to stay vegan. That's not happening. But my kind of vegan thing was, my veganism was, like cheese was really bad. That was the only thing. I was like, the only thing I would cheat on was that. That was the only bad thing was that. That was the only thing. Just so bad. I don't even know what it was. It's like, what is, I need to look up the ingredients. I'm like, what is it about it that, because I'm so like pro animal. I am so pro animal. Oh my God. I saw, like, I love plant-based everything. For me, it's like, I actually have so much fun with a dehydrator. Like, it's just so much fun. It's like, what can I make that actually breathes? It's like, how do I get rid of a microwave? It's like, how do I get rid of a stove that I'm never going to use ever again? So I'm like, I'm always like so fascinated by how in the world can I make headphones work the natural way? It's like, how do I make it happen? So it's like, that's why the whole solar thing for me with like Tesla is so fascinating. It's like, it's so interesting to me. How do you make it work the natural way with the sun beaming off? It's like very interesting to me. So that was so for me to go through this year. It's actually been a year. Actually, I look at this paper. October 5th. Oh my God. October 5th. Got, oh wait, I have another LLC. Excuse me. I have a new LLC. So I have an LLC. I have 1, 2, 3 brands that are all brand new. So 3 LLC, that's done. Like this part is the easy part. Like the company building part is the easy part. The hard part was the emotional hard part. Like that, I'm like sitting here, I'm looking at numbers and things. I'm like, this is actually the easy part. The hard part was really just this. The 127-hour process of just like going through an elimination of detoxification. And that was the hard part. I should have just hired a therapist. Maybe that would have been easy. But no, therapists actually just say, how does that make you feel? No thanks. I don't want to know how it makes me feel. I just don't want to talk about it. Like, let's talk about your children. How about you? Get my mind off of it. That's why I should have got a job. Maybe if I would have gotten a job, maybe I would have completely just refocused on something else. But it doesn't matter. I spent all of my $30,000. I was in savings and I spent it all on looking for help, asking for help, traveling, losing my mind, and spending it on food and travel. Like that was the worst expense of $30,000 of taking it. It's like, imagine you take like a $30,000 cash and you just throw it in the toilet and you flush that sucker. Or you actually create yourself a bonfire and you just burn it. That's how it's like you make a loop. You know what the funny thing is? I literally made myself a loop this year of looking at these papers. I remember the day these products came. I was actually, huh, I remember the day they came. It's just been a whole loop of a year, and I could have totally, but that's not the point. The point is it's over, it's done with, and I spent all my $30,000 looking for help that I never got, and that's where I just kind of like came to a point where I was like, fine, over and done with. Because all I was looking for was someone to brainstorm with, talk to with, maybe save something, but nothing worked. So now it's just me, myself, and Irene. Me, myself, and I, and you, of course. Don't forget, I love you guys. I cherish you. I really love that you're here with me. I love you guys that you listen. You're always here with me. So I made a new arrangement in my room too. This is not what it's supposed to look like. And it's so ugly. I'm trying to figure out a good placement in my room where I could pay a small type of rent to just kind of live in this situation while I figure out my life in general. So it's gonna literally by 2020 I'll get out of the gutter, which is fine. It's not that hard. I just need to get my head in place, literally. It's so easy. It's so easy. I just hated this year so much because I literally said so many things. And in regards to my mouth being so big, I still got nothing out of this year. And that's where I'm just like, okay, cool, fail massively. And I just stopped caring, stopped giving a fuck. Like literally, I just told this year to just go fuck itself. That's how bad this year has been. Because I was just like, I'm over it. Because I literally just did not understand anything. And it's just a very bad year. I can't even comprehend. I'm just over it. But so I literally am going to paint this room. I'm going to cover these holes. It's so easy to do. I've seen my dad do it when we were growing up. But I need to get like one of those sticky thingies, cover all these holes, and like shave them off a little bit. And then paint this wall white like it's supposed to be. I want a white room. I'm going to go to LA, get my beautiful mirror. I'm going to have a tow truck. I have a lot of friends with tow truck. Drive me from LA with a lot of furniture that I want to keep. I actually want to grab like at least a good 10 pieces from my storage. A nice little, like what I'm planning to do in this room, I want to paint this white. I want to cover all these stupid holes. There's so many of them. I'm kind of debating if I want to sell. I kind of want to sell everything, but the only thing I would keep, make it really pretty is so the mirror I put in here. I put up my rabbit air purifier. Yes, please. It's so quiet. I can't even hear. It's literally like a mouse. It's so quiet. I can't even hear. You can't breathe. It's like I'm a very very light sleeper. I sleep with earplugs. I slept with earplugs since I remember. I just like peace and quiet when I sleep. Even like a fly that like is yeah. So a mirror. I need my beautiful golden mirror. I want to paint these walls. Maybe a slight beige, like a really really slight. Oh no, I want to get a wallpaper. A really cool wallpaper. I'm gonna do like a chevron wallpaper on that side. White everywhere. Get a really big tall green tree. I decided yesterday that instead of a plant, I want a tree. The cool thing about a tree is it's like you can actually water it and it's refreshing, it's alive. A plant is a plant. I need to see, well, it actually doesn't matter because I have the air purifier. I just need something that's really pretty. It's like one of those really big leafy kind of a tree. I would get a golden mirror. I don't like how the closet is. I have a lot of options thanks to IKEA. I love IKEA. Oh my God. I praise and worship IKEA. It's like I traveled the whole world and all I saw was IKEA. I was like, IKEA was screaming at me. I've literally slept on one type of couch the whole 3 years of traveling, just one piece of couch. Even my friends own it. It's just very funny. And it's only $600. What a great investment. So, um, this is going to change thanks to IKEA. Just the whole scenario is going to change. Even the door might change. So I'm just need to figure this out. Just make it look pretty. Paint everything. Literally, just paint everything. This wall and everything. Just make it all look really pretty. Just kind of wash the carpet with my sweat white socks. So it'll be really fun. Anyways, over and done with, over and done with. I'm going to be creating actually a new YouTube channel too because I want to transfer all of my videos to a new one. Everything's going to go to a new platform. I have a new email, a new phone number. I have new everything. I've changed everything at this point. And the only thing that I'm going so this is going to be a completely new channel, maybe as of tomorrow. As of today, I'm going to be creating a new channel, just kind of uploading everything new on a different platform, meaning on a whole different name, new everything. I just need everything to be new and just kind of upgrading. Yeah, selling everything. If anybody needs clothes, everything's going to be sold. I'm going to put it on a website. It's going to keep going on from there and slowly moving out. I'm going to be hopefully moving out, hopefully within the next month. I really hope so. I just want to get out of here, move out, sell everything, get my money, and for my ex-husband, and move on. It's very easy. Super to do. Hopefully within the next month I'll be gone. And just so I don't bother anyone because there's too much. There's like literally 3 families in this house and it's not a good environment. I don't like to have a lot of people around me. Everyone kind of wants to have their own place. So it's just kind of been me. I just don't understand all the trips I made this year. It was such a waste of time, energy. I've never been so humiliated before. I've never been so embarrassed before. I've never been so badly treated. I will never be grateful for that. It's just been a very bad year. So I'm not very happy about this year. A very, very bad year. A very bad year. I will never ever be grateful for this year because I've never been treated so badly before. It's just been a very bad year. Um, but it'd be really cool if my parents got rid of this trampoline, which makes no sense why it's even here. A nice campfire for them would be really cool. And campfire, making this whole thing on the floor even, it's like bumpy. The reason why I say campfire because it's Washington. It's so wet. It's so gloomy. It's so gross here. And a really nice thing would be a nice campfire just to sit at night with your glass of wine, roast some marshmallows. So many kids here, they love marshmallows and hot dog on a stick, you know? It's like one of those evenings you like, and especially if it snows, it's really nice to just sit out here and get cozy by the campfire. I just like that because it's just kind of that's just my personality. Yeah, but I'm kind of over this year. I haven't seen anybody besides my family, like my actual family besides anybody else. I have not seen anybody else. So I'm actually quite grateful for that because I've been the most annoying human being ever. And this year has not been a very successful year. Unfortunately, I really did so much damage this year. My friend I was so happy for me to go to the hospital. I curse her name. I hate her. I hate her for doing that to me. This year has been a major fail, but it's getting better. It's getting better. I'm over it. And I do have things I want to work on, but the first thing is a resume. So a resume needs to happen. And I've gotten my biggest, worst lesson this year. Biggest, worst lesson this year. And never again is ever going to be repeated. Don't look for help. Do it yourself. That's all. The worst lesson I've got this year. It bit me in my butt very badly. I ran to people that I wouldn't just run to a stranger. Like I ran to people that I have so many contacts on here, so many masterminds I've ever been into. I've been to 3, which is to have 3 in general is a lot because those people you keep and then they build more and more and more and more and more, but you still have so many contacts on here and they are 1,000 times more successful than you are. And those are the people you surround yourself with. And that's when I was like, yellow, I am literally knocking on people's doors and I got nothing in return. And that was the worst experience I've ever had in my life. The most worst embarrassment I've ever, like, I literally called everybody on this phone, every human being. Nothing. And that's the worst treatment I've ever received. And that's where I just kind of threw up my hands in the air. I was like, cool, time to build a resume. Get rid of this asshole and build a resume and start from a place where it's like, you're going to get this much from this asshole. And then you're going to sell this much from this asshole. You're going to get into a neutral and you have a person that's going to fix your credit score that's going to help you and move on. And pretend this year never happened. I think that's just how I'm going to treat this year. It just was so bad. where I was like, I know there was a moment when birds were talking and no one validated to me. And everyone's like, no, you're the crazy one. Go see a doctor. I've never received the worst, shittiest treatment in my fucking existence. I'll never be grateful. I'm actually even more happier to get a lawyer at this point because this is the worst thing that happened to me was here. It literally did the worst thing up here. I never ever. It's like when you go through a car accident and the trauma that you experience afterwards, you need treatment for that. It's like when you lose somebody, a child or anybody, it's like when you lose somebody, you need trauma to recover from that. It's like I literally went through a really stupid year. It's like I actually just need to recover from this year. It was just so bad that I was like, I'm talking to a wall. I'm talking to a wall. It's like, why do you talk to an iPad? Why do you talk to YouTube? It's like, no, I'm not just talking. This is a way of therapy for me because if I talk to a doctor at some point, the doctor is going to need therapy after talking to me. That's how bad it is. That's how bad it was. Will I ever be grateful for it? No, I won't even say thank you because it was so bad. My friends in Everett were doing it to me. My friends in Oregon were doing it to me. My friends in Miami were doing it to me. My friends in, no, I'm not even calling them friends. People in motherfuckers in Austin, Texas were doing it to me. Even in my full surroundings were doing it to me. And I will never be grateful for that ever. I won't even say thank you to that. Just move on. Just move on. I will never be grateful for that. It was the worst year ever fucking existent, ever. The worst year ever. I'd never received such bad treatment in my life before. I had the worst year ever. The funny thing is, we all know each other too. It's not like I didn't know these people or anybody. No, it's a small little town called Utopia. You guys ever seen Zootopia? It's like a small, like Zootopia is actually the city, but like where that rabbit actually comes from is a little town. You know, like where I was growing, like Volgograd. Small little town, small, but every grandma knows everything. Every man knows everything. Every child knows every little rock on the fucking floor. That's how small the surrounding is. I think it's like that's how it is in like the A-list stars of Hollywood. They all know each other. Everybody knows each other in the entrepreneurial side of things, or in the marketing little world, or in the place of like physical product selling, or it's like all kinds of different, like people know each other so well. It's like, you know, in your mind, you're losing it. You know exactly where to go. Your contacts are on fire. Mine were on fire. I never put my phone down for a moment. I was like, I know exactly what I need, who I need, where I need to be. I did my diligence, and this is where I am today. It's a beautiful day. It's a beautiful year. It's a beautiful existence. But all I just know is at this point, big fucking lesson this year. Never ask anybody for help ever. And I never will, because I have everything on a piece of paper. And I have everything on a piece of paper. And one thing that I know, this piece of paper is gold because I know how to get out of debt. Because it's so easy. I have X, Y, and Z aligned. I have a person on my back pocket. I've used him for years. He's magic. Literally, it's going to take me like maybe 3 years to get out of this mess. I mean, 3 months. Sorry, 3 months, maybe 3 days. Just kidding. Like, I wish just like shit would work, but I know I got hacked. My environment got hacked, and this is why I need a good lawyer. This is why I need a lot of bullshit in between. And it's just been a very bad year. Very, very bad year, because no one just gets hacked when your phone doesn't work. It's like, I'm trying to do things and it's not working. Trying to do things, it's not working. You know you're hacked. It's like you go into Apple, sign a waiver. We have nothing to do with it. Well, bitch, you do. It's like, it's your fucking electronics. You have something to do with it. It's your problem. It's not mine. If there's a malware, if there's a virus, if there's bullshit going on, it's your fault. It is your company. It is your technology. Whatever it is yours because I'm a human being. Last time I checked, we were not made out of clay. We weren't made out of a robotic, metallic bullshit kind of a thing. No. Last time I checked, Jesus Christ created all of us in the most perfect human beings that we are, okay? And I'm my own existence and I'm never going to be owned by anybody. So for me to go through this process of trying to figure out what the fuck is going on is the most disgusting, and I would have never, ever, ever, ever wished this upon of anybody. Ever. I will not be grateful. It's been the worst year of my existence. The worst year. I'll never be grateful for it. Ever be grateful for it. Never. All I want is to get a job, which I will, and I will move on and never look back. And I will never, ever look back. I don't have nothing to say thank you to my ex-husband for. Nothing. Deserves nothing. And I can't wait to get out of this household. They can figure it out on their own, and I can figure it out on my own, and I can figure out life on my own. Just need to move out of here. And it's just been a very bad year. So, been a very, very bad year. Very bad year because I did my diligence of reaching out and I got nothing in return. So, it was the most easiest way to solve something. So easy to solve something. Something called here's the numbers, here's a company, here's everything you possibly ever need to make so easy to do. But if it's not, hey man, there's nothing I can do for you. Cool beans. If it's not, it's not. But at least you tried. You know, it's like at least you tried. You did your diligence. You were in front of a human being. Hey man, this is what I need. What do you think? This is where I was. This is where it failed. This is where I want to be. This is where it's going. I transferred from China to the US. That's already a big plus. Try finding that. Try finding a supplier in America that would do everything that you've been doing for 5 years in China, and it's 10 times better. Try finding that. That on top of that, it's like, hello. It's like, damn girl. It's like, oh my God, that's amazing. It's like you would never buy something from China that's a fucking supplement. You would never do that. No way. I will never sell anything that comes from China. But like, you know what I mean? It's like you would never do that. But like if it comes from the US, it's like you're not even thinking twice. It's like done, sold. Where's it from? California, Nevada. Where's it from? Wyoming, New Jersey. It's like I'll take it. Buy hands full. You know what I mean? You would never, like, you have to think twice when it comes to consumables. But, you know, like, it's like performance based. So, whatever. Bad year. Bad year. Bad year. So, I'm just over it. Bad year, you guys. I'm literally just detoxing as much as I can. It's just been a very bad year. And I knew exactly what I needed to do. Who, what, when, where, why. I'm not stupid. I knew that from the very beginning of the year and I didn't get what I needed. And so here I am. So this is my update. So my update right now, I just did a resume, which I'm really happy and excited about because I just know I'm going to be successful on my own. I just hated how I was reaching out so many times. I got so many walls and it just was a very bad year in that sense. And especially when like beginning of the year, it's like common sense things. You'll literally look at the year like, okay, let's make 2000 a year. 19 so fucking awesome. It's like I was looking at 2019, I was like, oh my God, I want it to be so amazing. I literally was sitting there, I was like, okay, I got my videos going. I got 30K in my pocket. I got 4 brands I'm working on. All of them are pretty much ready except the last one that I just created a month ago. And it's like, okay, cool. So I got LLCs for everything. It's okay, cool brands. I was like, okay, so it's going to make my money multiply, 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 even when I sleep, even when I take a shit per se, right? It's like you're always making money. And that's always kind of been my thing in my head. But then it's like, okay, cool. I thought of that. I'm like, oh my God, my marriage is failing. My business is failing where I have 12 employees. I'm going to die tomorrow in a sense. I was like a chicken with my head cut off at one point. I was like, oh my God, let me try to save that. So I was calling the dude. I was like, hey man, this is a problem. And he did nothing besides go to Bali and sip coconuts. You know, it's like, okay, so how are you in a zen when I'm freaking out? I'm like, how are you zenning? How is that even a thing right now? How do you even spell that word right now? I'm like, how are you in a zen when this girl is going crazy? It's like I was trying to help you and you knew exactly who to reach out to. We have so many people we know. It's not even funny. But he was in a zen. And all you needed was just a little bit of love from one person to say, hey, man, where do you want to go with this? How can I help you? It's like, hey, X, Y, and Z. I'm in the US now. Praise Jesus Christ. You went from China to the US. That's already a big selling point. You have to say nothing else. People automatically say, yes, take my money because it's so easy. It's hard to find a really good company that is only US based, especially when it has to do in the health industry. So for me, my mind exploded and I literally lost my shit and I just didn't know what to do. All I knew where I needed to be and nothing worked. So it's all kind of garbage now. It doesn't matter anymore. So I don't care. Over, done. I don't care. Anyways, it doesn't exist to me anymore. So I'm just kind of on my own now. On my own, in my own la la land of whatever I want to do, be, and what I want to do now afterwards. I've done a lot of modeling before. That's kind of a thing. Like for me, modeling has been a fun thing. Videos creation is a very fun thing. It's like I kept doing things that make me happy this year. I was like, beginning of the year, I made a list. I made a list of like all the brands I wanted to open, all the things I wanted to do. All that is done, stick in stone. I already have logos and designs and everything, LLCs. I already have everything in the back of my head on the market. Like all these things. This is the easy part for me. This is a no brainer to me. Done it for a while now. For me, that's fun, right? This is fun. Creation is fun. Instagram is fun. Influencing is so much fun. Create, talk, be in front of people is so much fun for me. This is like a no-brainer for me. I'm like thinking, I'm like, what is the hard part for me? Oh my God, maybe like studying for 8 years, but then every day I'm studying. It's like, I don't want to be a doctor, but I still know a lot more things than a lot of normal people that don't know of. So I'm like, what are the things that would be really hard for me? Probably a divorce. Teaching people how to get out of a divorce, it's not going to be hard. It's going to be really fun. That's gonna be the fun part. But just this year didn't make any sense to me at all. It's a whole zoo. Nothing made sense. Nothing made sense, and it still doesn't make sense to me. I was reaching out. I was reaching out as much as I could, but you can only do so much with how much you're given. No matter how many flights you do, no matter how many souls you touch. So I'm just gonna move on it. And I'm honestly just really, really over it. I'm just really happy for this year to be over. So I'm gonna change my channel now. So you guys have a great day, and I'm quite excited you're here. So thank you for joining. I actually have a lot of things to do, so I'm actually quite excited.